Hello Wolfpack, we're here on the Bitcoin chart. We've got some very time-sensitive information here on Bitcoin, so we're going to do a very quick update. As we can see, if we dive straight into it, we're on the 4-hourly chart. We made a double bottom at around 46.5k in the recent days, about 2 or 3 days ago, and we've made a massive run up to the 50.5k resistance zone, in which we saw a double top of its own on a small time frame, and we're dropping back down right now, currently testing that 48,500 support. I want to go over some of our key levels, kind of get an idea of where we can go and where it would be healthy to go, because obviously if we drop too far down, all of our progress will essentially be ruined. But you know, corrections like this are completely natural, but we can see that last time we saw a correction from this area, back in the 23rd of August here, we end up dropping down in a bit of a downwards trend and formed this white resistance line. But that could not be the case this time. We have not made any higher lows as of yet, so we are looking to make a higher low. As to where we want to make a higher low, well, we can see that not on this time frame, but if we zoom into a small time frame, we can see that the last logical place we can make a higher low on Bitcoin here is 48k. All right, so if we're dropping below 48k, that's when I think we'll be resuming that downwards trend, and that would make sense as we will re-enter this white line as resistance, and we'd be heading back down, possibly all the way down to the 20-week SMA, due to the fact that this could also be seen, if we just go out in a large time frame, these two peaks could also be seen as a double top. And the thing that's interesting about this move is that although these two peaks that I just outlined here could be seen as a double top, if we head too far down, we can also see that these two bottoms here could be seen as a double bottom. So what we want to be seeing here is a higher low formed in this 48k area, bouncing off and heading back up, breaching past that 50.5k resistance, from which point I would be expecting, you know, mid 50k Bitcoin. As mentioned multiple times in my tweets and on my Telegram group, there is not much resistance and there's not much buying volume in the area above 51k to about 54, 55k. So it should be a quick pump from 51 to 54, 55k. That's if we get over to that point. Now, if we zoom back out, we can see that, you know, if this double bottom essentially fails, what would happen is we would end up making a pretty clear double top. Actually, if we just clearly outline this, we made a double top. Okay, so if we fail to make a higher low at 48k and we drop back down, it's going to be very unlikely for us to actually make another attempt at this higher resistance zone in recent times, due to the fact that, you know, we've just made 2 attempts and failed miserably. So we'd be looking for a further correction. Triple bottoms are not very common, so we'd probably be dropping through that 46.5k support. As for what can happen, well, we see that we're currently getting held up at this 48.5k resistance support zone, which would be a very ideal place for us to bounce. If we bring out the volume profile right here, we can see that the point of control, which is basically the area in which there is the most volume, so basically a massive support zone, a massive amount of buying. You can see we've actually jumped from this point of control multiple times. We can just highlight as many here. Multiple times we've jumped, and then acts as resistance as well when we're below it. So, you know, it's very common for us to bounce off this zone. We want to be bouncing off this zone and forming a higher low. The worst case scenario is 48k, we form a higher low, and then if we're actually going to enter a bearish scenario in which we see a red September, as previously outlined in previous videos, we're going to be dropping below 48k and making lows below 46.5k. If that bearish scenario takes place, we've gone over the bullish scenario. If that bearish scenario takes place, if we jump on the weekly chart, we can see that if we take away all of these indicators here, and we'll take away the MACD and RSI as well, and we'll bring up the bull market support band, because this is the most logical place for us to make a low if we see that September correction. We're going to delete all of our resistance zones for the time being and support zones because it's just too much clutter, but we can see that if we do drop below 48k and we drop below 46.5k, we fail to form a triple bottom, which is, you know, not really going to happen. We will be testing, in my opinion, dropping down and testing the 20-week SMA in the coming days in September, which would make sense for what happens in September. For those of you who haven't watched my previous videos, we can see that every single September, you know, or at least 9 out of the last 10, we have tested this bull market support band. We can keep going forever. We've got a test back there. We've got a test here in which we broke through. You know, and we don't, usually have interactions with this bull market support band every month of the year. It seems to be a specifically September occurrence in which we're constantly interacting with this bull market support band. We can see in September 2017 as well, we retested it before having a massive run up, because the bull market support band does actually give us a lot of strength when it comes to running up on Bitcoin. I don't want to go over every single September because it will take too long, but the point is it would not be uncommon for us to drop to 42k here on Bitcoin to retest this bull market support band. Obviously, we do not want that to happen. What we actually want to happen is a breach of this 50.5k support zone, from which we'll probably be bouncing all the way up to around 54k. As you can see, there's some resistance blocks in this area that we'll probably be testing. Bounce back down for a support resistance flip and head up to new all-time highs. That's the ideal scenario. So the takeaways from this video, guys, quickly, is we have to hold 48k to make a comfortable higher low. And from that point, we'll be able to attack higher resistance zones. If we drop below that zone, I'm going to be skeptical. I still think, by the way, just clarifying, retesting the 20-week SMA is not bearish at all. As you can see from what I just showed you, we've done it like 90% of Septembers we've ever had. So it's not a bearish occurrence, and a lot of those Septembers still led to new all-time highs afterwards, because Q4 are the bearish months in cryptocurrency. Q4 and Q1 are typically, the bullish months in which we see new all-time highs on both altcoins and Bitcoin. So retesting the 20-week SMA will not be a bad thing at all here, but it is something to keep an eye out. If we drop below the 20-week SMA, which is currently stationed at around 42.5k, that's where we're going to be, 42k, that's where we're going to be looking, a bit rough, and that's where I'm going to be kind of skeptical about what's going to happen for the rest of the year. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more content and check out the Telegram group. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one.